Welcome back, crazy people, to another epic episode of Mac Music Review. I'm doing a collab. It's been a very long time having my good buddy Josh here to talk about the album Divide by Ed Sheeran. Divide by Ed Sheeran is literally one of the most popular and successful albums from our teenage years.
Yeah, I think Shape of You has something, it's over 1 billion views, and so is Perfect on YouTube. And yeah, the amount of streams, like all of his songs, like Castle on the Hill, Shape of You, Perfect, they're all in the billions club on the Spotify playlist.
Oh dang, really?
Yeah.
See, I don't use Spotify. That's the one disadvantage. I use Apple Music, but it doesn't tell me how many streams each song has. That would be good to know. I just check YouTube for that. But yeah, Shape of You has over 1 billion views. This album was just massive. You could not escape this, from the radio and from every single playlist. You couldn't escape, at prom. We both remember Perfect at prom.
Yeah, they had Perfect at prom.
Of course, that was the slow dance song. We'll talk more about that later.
They should have done How Would You Feel, though. That's a better one, in my opinion.
Yeah, actually, I agree. I'm glad we agree on something.
We'll get to that later.
We'll hop into that. But this album, the important point that we're trying to get across is this album was a big album for a lot of people, even if you didn't want it to be. You couldn't really escape a lot of these songs, especially Shape of You. All right, we are going to kick this thing off talking about the singles, the 3 songs that were massive and inescapable and used in movie trailers. Specifically, this first one, I remember seeing it in How to Train Your Dragon 3. It was so good in the trailer.
It was in the, what?
Yeah, in the trailer.
I
remember seeing that, and I was thinking that was cool. But yeah, the first song we're talking about is Castle. Was it Castle on the Hill?
Yeah, Castle on the Hill. So it's the second track on the album. Just from a music perspective, it's in the key of D. Uses D, A, G, B minor. Those are the only 4 chords in the entire song.
Huh. So you're saying it's pretty simple from a music perspective?
It's pretty simple from a music perspective.
But it sounds so epic. The song sounds so full and grand and
it
awesome.
does, because it builds upon each other, and it has the bass line throughout the entire song. Because if you watch him perform it live, it's really cool seeing him perform it live. Okay. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say, I love this song. If there was one song from this album that I would take away, the whole album didn't exist, and if it's just a single, if Divide was a single, it would just be this. This is what I would pick out of all the songs.
It's very, almost nostalgic feeling. You know?
It is. It's
even if you had
the lyrics about him and his boys getting a drink with the boys, singing Tiny Dancer. It's just it just has that nostalgic vibe in the lyrics and the music. I feel and just it makes you feel something. You know?
I mean, we can't relate to it at all. But
no,
but yeah, makes you feel
that's a good song. That is a good thing that makes something a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Castle on the Hill is a really good song.
I feel like we might differ on this next one, Shape of You.
I know we do. So we're talking about Shape of You. I hate this song with every fiber of my being. It is literally one of my least favorite songs. Partially because, and this happens with any song that is okay. There can be a song that's fine. But if it gets overplayed, you get to this point where you despise it. This song, like I said, was inescapable. And people I know like this song, including you. And my brother Caleb. And other people really like
Caleb likes it?
Caleb likes this song. And a lot of people I talk to are like, this song is a banger. I'm like, I hate everything about this song, except for the part where the vocals kick in, the background vocals right after the chorus. The post-chorus sounds good. Yes, I like the post-chorus of this song. Besides that, I detest the lyrics. I detest the music. I think Ed Sheeran is so awkward on this song. It's just, he's trying to be sexy and sensual, and he does such a bad job, and it's so clumsy and awkward, and I hate it.
So did you hear, was your first exposure to the song the studio version?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't heard of an alternate version.
Because my first exposure to the song was him performing it live with the loop pedal.
Okay.
So.
And you're saying that makes it better?
Yes, because you see him add all the layers, and he's doing everything in the song, with his.
Oh, you're saying he's doing all the instrumentation?
Yeah. So he'll do the doom doom ka, and then he'll loop it on his guitar, and then he'll add in the da 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 da.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And he's building the song live on stage, and you're seeing him do it, and it's just really cool, seeing him literally make the song in front of you, him singing all the background vocalists.
As cool as that is, I wouldn't argue that that makes the song better though.
The thing, no, what I like about it so much is that like you can do it. You can do that with that song, because a lot of songs you can't do that with because they have like more complex chord structures. They have more.
Wait, so you like the song because it's simple?
I like
it. Is simple. The instrumentation is very simple.
I like it because it's such a good performance song, like on stage. Like you can really get like your audience or your crowd going.
But you can't tell me this song is well written. Do you think this song is well written?
Oh no.
Okay, but you like
it's well written for stage performances, and it's just a fun song.
I disagree.
You disagree?
That's okay. That's fine. People like this song. It's okay if you like this song.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
This is another song that was inescapable for me. After Shape of You was a hit and it got all of its radio time, Perfect started hitting the radio. It was the song that was like the next big song for him from this album. And it was just so annoying to me. It was so like surface level and generic lyrically, and musically the song is so boring. Like you said, like it seems like you like simple sounding music. I think the song is a snoozer. Like it is nothing interesting is happening musically. Lyrically, this song is so generic in so many ways. Like, I found a girl beautiful and sweet. It's like lyrics that you could apply to literally anyone. They're so generic and vague and unspecific. Like, because we were just kids when we fell in love. Dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. What you could do here, this is songwriting. What you could do here is name a specific song, like you did on Castle on the Hill. Dancing to our favorite song. Literally anyone could be dancing to their favorite song. It is generic on purpose. This song was engineered to be a song that anybody can relate to and anybody listen to. And that is why I hate it. I hate this song. I despise it. I think this is like one of the most generic love songs like imaginable. And it's just generic music makes me more angry than even like bad music that's weird, because it's generic and I hate that. Takes zero risks.
It actually hit Christmas #1.
Christmas?
Yeah, Christmas.
This is why I hate this song, bro. That's supposed to make me like it more.
And every
it's ridiculous.
In every interview, he's like,
so generic that it can be a Christmas song.
Well, the reason why is because he purposely filmed the music video in the snow.
Okay, yeah, that will do it.
Because it has nothing to do with Christmas.
Barefoot on the grass, not barefoot on the snow. That doesn't even make sense. You wouldn't be barefoot on the snow.
Frostbite toes. Yeah, this song, I know this song was like a wedding song for a lot of people, because I've had friends who have gotten married,
and they play this song.
Yeah, and this is the song that they play.
Huh.
I was at a wedding in Florida a few months ago, and some good friends of mine, and when the song came out, when was this? When did this album come out? It was
2017, so it's like 5 years old.
2017, yeah.
Which is one cool reason why we're talking about it. I feel like the 5-year anniversary.
Yeah. So 2017 was when these two people met, and this was like their song that they danced to.
Okay,
and they had it at their wedding. And I remember I was talking with her, and she was just like, "Oh, like we don't really care that like a lot of people used it, or is this like the wedding song, because it meant a lot to us personally."
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, "Okay, cool." I like the song. I have a personal connection to it that I'm not going to go into, but
you don't have to.
But you know, pretty simple. It's just a nice love song. Like there's nothing overly like sexual about it or like mystical. It's just like, darling, you look perfect tonight. Like, you know, that's it, you know.
4 tracks on this thing that I would like to shout out that I think are especially great, and really the only 4 songs I think I would like download and listen to actively. I used to be really picky about how I downloaded music because my phone has like no storage, so I couldn't download whole albums. Even if I liked an album, I would have to just have specific songs from it. But Castle on the Hill is my favorite song from this. I think it's an amazing track. The next track that I really want to highlight is Supermarket Flowers, which is the closer. It's a very appropriate closer on the regular version of the album. We're talking about the deluxe version, because I think the deluxe version is the more complete version of the album.
Yeah.
Like, I would argue that the deluxe is like significantly better than the regular, because those last 4 tracks. I'm going to get into that. But Supermarket Flowers is absolutely heartbreaking. The song is so sad. There's like voices that come in later, the hallelujahs, and like lyrically, the song is extremely like well written, and it's a tearjerker, bro. I didn't cry listening to it, but I was. It got me in my feels for a second there. I was just reading the lyrics while listening to it, and I was like,
I'm
dang.
pretty sure he wrote it for his mum, M-U-M, grandmother who had passed away.
Oh, is his grandmother?
Yeah, mum is like the British term for grandma.
Okay.
M-U-M, I think.
And he has another song that's very similar to that from Equals called Visiting Hours. It's a similar aesthetically, like it's a really sad. Is that about his mom or is that also about his grandma?
That's about a friend of his.
A friend.
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't.
so
I thought that was also about family.
It was a close friend of his. So.
Okay. But yeah, this song I think is just beautiful and heartbreaking, and it's really good. The other track completely took me by surprise. Had not heard this song until I prepped for this video. Nancy Mulligan. Did he write this song? This does not feel like he wrote this song. This feels like this is an old, like if you listen to the lyrics, it sounds like it's an old Celtic song.
He
like,
has a lot of Irish descent in his family. So,
yeah.
Like,
but I feel like, could you check if he's like written the lyrics, if you can like look at information on the song?
I don't have Wi-Fi
on
the internet.
Okay, well, I should have looked that up. I should have done my research. But this song is a Celtic banger. It goes so hard in the paint. It's got the na na nas like at the end, or I don't know what is it, na na. I don't know what the sound is specifically. Those backing vocals at the end part just bring it all together. It's something you could dance to. It's just a massive ball of positive energy, and I love that song.
Yeah, the other song that's like similar to it on this album is Galway Girl.
But I like this one better.
Yeah,
I think this is the better Galway Girl, and it's in the deluxe version. It's crazy that if we were not talking about the deluxe version, we would have missed this song completely. And I really, really like this song.
Nancy Mulligan is just a good time.
It's just a good time. That's the way to summarize it.
And it's got the Irish guitar licks in it. You can definitely tell by the playing. Like it's very Irish.
It's very cool. But then Save Myself is my last like highlight from this thing. And it is lyrically the most dense and complex song in the entire album. There's a lot of different interpretations you can make for this song. It's kind of an interesting topic of being too selfless and pouring yourself out to the point where you're harming yourself. And it's really interesting. That's not something that a lot of people, that's not a topic that I've heard in many songs at all. And it's not a love song. I guess it sort of is, but it's a lot more than that. It's really the only song in the album besides Supermarket Flowers that's not a love song, and I just appreciate that. I appreciate that lyrical diversity. And musically it's also pretty interesting. I think it's just a good song.
I like the overall message of it because, like, especially now, I don't really care for the phrasing that he finishes it in, because the phrase "love yourself" I find a little wonky.
Yes.
But at the end it ends with before I love someone else, I've got to, or I need to love myself, which is definitely like it's some good advice before you pour into someone. Like, make sure you're being poured into, especially like in the Christian world, you know, like if you're just constantly, like, we're constantly being bombarded by opposing worldviews and different moralities, and you want to reach out to people and help them, but like it's really hard when you don't have someone doing that to you as well, pouring into you and building you back up, because you just get burnt out, you know, from helping people just constantly. You know, it's okay to be like, I need a break, or I need some help myself.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a good song.
So some of my favorite songs in this album, outside of the big three, Castle on the Hill, Shape of You, and Perfect, I really like Happier.
Okay,
that's one of my favorite ones, because like Happier is by far the most simple song musically on this playlist.
But the chorus is epic, though. I wouldn't say it's the most simple.
Well,
I would say Perfect is the most simple.
Perfect has 4 chords and it's a waltz. Happier is 4/4 time signature and has 3 chords.
But it sounds like there's more going on.
Yeah, but the message of Happier, definitely a lot of people can relate to.
Yeah.
I kind of disagree with one of the lyrics.
You disagree with one of the... Oh, and you can't pull them up?
Well, no, I can't pull them up. But one of the lyrics is like, but darling, I'm still in love with you, and I'll be waiting here for you.
Like he hasn't moved on.
I'm just like, bro, move on, because like
Yeah, that's problematic.
you need to, you know, still, you know, you can. It's still fine to wish the best for them or want to, but like you kind of just have to be like, well, it didn't work out, and just beating yourself up about it doesn't work. Been there, done that, not fun. So my other favorite song that I haven't heard until I actually like and within the past like what, week and a half or so?
Yeah, it's been a week since we decided to start listening to this album.
How would you feel?
Pain, or I don't know what that.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know either. I don't know what the word in parentheses has to do with.
But that is just like, that is probably the best love song on this album.
It's a good song.
It's a good song.
I wrote a note on it. Let me see what I specifically did, because I think musically I really like the song. Like, I think it sounds really good. Are you saying lyrically you really like it?
Lyrically and musically, musically it had kind of like a James Taylor kind of vibe.
Okay.
Like with the acoustic guitar, especially at the beginning with the little lick that he does.
It's a sweet song lyrically too. There is some heart put into this song, into these words, which is a vibe I don't get from the whole album, but I do get it intermittently. You get it like, okay, this feels pretty like genuine and like kind of, you know, a little heartwarming, I guess. As for things on this album that I hate, I don't know if there's any songs that you hate. Is there anything you really strongly dislike from this
Not
track
strongly
list?
dislike, but it's like you know what? I'm gonna skip that one.
Okay.
The next one.
Okay, we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about that. But Dive is like Perfect. It's super thematically, dude. The opening lyric of Perfect says the words dive. Like, it literally, that's one of the lyrics in the first. That's like the first lyric. And so I used to mix these songs up, like from hearing the beginnings of them, because musically they're both very simple. And actually, I don't hate it. I think it's a little bit better than Perfect, but it's in the exact same lane as Perfect. Is lyrically super generic, musically generic. It's just kind of a filler song for me, and it kind of rubs me the wrong way just because it's annoying how filler it is. And the other song that I don't like is What Do I Know? Speaking of cutesy, this song is the definition of cutesy and slight and small, and he gives this shrug. Who needs religion? Who needs this? All we need is love, peace, and positivity. And it is like such, and you know, at his heart, that's probably his good intentions. But it comes off as so annoying and trite, and like, I don't know if you like that song. It is a standout on the track list because musically it sounds different than the songs that come before it. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that song, because I personally just, it's so annoying to me.
New Man is kind of just like, I don't know, I don't want to know about your man.
But you clearly do.
Just like,
you care a lot.
Like, and you know a lot about him. Wears both shoes with no socks on his feet. I hear he's on a new diet and watches what he eats. Like, how do you know that? I've been creeping out your taking a look at your Instagram, trying not to double tap from way back because I noticed where it's at.
It's like, that's problematic, bro. And it's not even that, but like he's trying to like still get with this girl.
It seems
it's like what? Like, he says that happens later in the song, and it's like
there's kind of like, I don't know, like do you see like stories in albums? Because like
some albums, this is so generic. Some of this that's designed to be so generic and like applicable to everyone that if it did have more personal details, I would feel like there is more of a story.
I just found it interesting that like so many of the songs like contradict each other.
Okay.
In a sense, because like Perfect and How Would You Feel are very like romantic love songs.
And Dive.
And Dive, vibe. Yeah. And then you have like Shape of You, which is about like, you know, like the passion of love or whatever. And then you have a lot of songs about love, like Galway Girl, like you like this kind of person, you know. And then you have songs like New Man and Happier, which are just like so opposing to the other ones.
Yeah. So just in general, I do like the deluxe version of this album a lot better than the original. Like I said, I think the deluxe tracks add a lot to the album. They give it some new textures. But and half of my favorite songs, like I said, those 4 favorites, half of them are in the deluxe version. The deluxe version only has 4 extra tracks. I'm not crazy about the majority of this album. There's a few songs that I hate, and there's a lot that I'm totally ambivalent on. or what is the word? Apathetic? Not
Yeah.
ambivalent.
Apathetic.
Apathetic. I just cannot feel anything. Like Dive, I just shrug. Hearts Don't Break Around Here is a shrug. I can't give the album any higher than a 3 out of 5. Like that's where I'm settling with this for a score.
I would put this closer to a 7 or 8 for me. 'Cause here's the
Out
thing,
of 10?
Like, because here's the
So
thing.
if I'm rating this out of 10,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
6 out of 10 for me.
6 out, oh yeah, you do out of 5. Okay, so yes, I out of 10, 7.5ish. Because
Okay.
because I play guitar and I like playing a lot of these songs.
Yeah.
You know, because they're simple, they're fun to play. Everyone knows them. If you play them, you can get people to sing with you. And to me, like, that's what I like about the album so much, is that like so many people know it. So like even if like y'all like he listens to rap and you listen to like country, chances are you probably know Perfect, or you probably know like Castle on the Hill, and you
So
could party together.
I don't like, you're reviewing this album on a completely different metric.
Mm-hmm.
Your metric of this is, you just said that the popularity of the album is part of your metric for reviewing the album. I got a problem with
I told
that.
you, I'm very like
We're
don't listen
reviewing
to a
this
lot of
album
music.
completely differently.
I don't
Like,
listen to a lot of music.
that's interesting though.
And
So
I guess
you're saying that
based
you
on-
like how accessible the album
Yeah,
is.
but based on your metric then about like lyrically and musically and all that stuff, not including outside factors, I'd probably give it then like a closer to 5.5
out of 10?
or 6. Yeah.
That's it. Let me know down in the comments about the album, your thoughts. Ed Sheeran, Divide. I'll see you guys later.
Peace.